Nithyanandam. This is Srinithya Kritananda here from Bangalore Adinam, Swamiji's place, Nithyananda Dhyanapeetam. And for today's video, I'll be talking about sort of my lifestyle and who I was before becoming an Adinamasi and becoming a sannyasi here in Nithyananda Dhyanapeetam. So a big chunk of my previous Purvashram life, I was doing a lot of research about how the world functions. Like, for example, like who actually has the power in the world, like where the power structure is. Like, is it actually the government, or is there something behind the government, sort of like puppeteering the people in place? Because life itself didn't make sense. Like, why certain world events happened, what was the reason for them, why was there so much confusion about them, why was there a lot of people who didn't really look into why it was that way. And it all seemed to be towards like controlling certain events, having a certain agenda going in place. A lot of people like us were called conspirators, like people looking into conspiracy theories. And for me, it was just my general curiosity, like why was things happening this way? Why are some people rich, some people poor? Why were some people happy, some people unfulfilled? One of the ways that things were controlled were the general population, 99% of the world, had been driven by survival. Checklists were made for the general person for, like, for example, they had to go to school, they had to get good grades, they had to maintain good health, they had to upkeep all these relationships, and they had to start meeting all these society's conditions on them. Like, for example, looking good, having some sort of good career, so you have some sort of praise from the other people to make yourself feel worthy, because you yourself didn't feel worthy. I was looking into all this, and then it just actually went into like a big rabbit hole, like going into like different secret societies. The law of attraction also popped up there. Why certain information, like secret information, esoteric information, was withheld from the general public. How like brainwashing was going on, like through media, through paid advertisements, all this, and how, for example, for paid advertisement, if you actually think about it, who pays the media companies to promote these certain brands? Like, for the commercials, for the programming to be on air, to pay for the bills, the electricity, the slot in the time, there has to be some sort of income coming in to pay for all this. And this actually comes from the major companies doing advertisement. And if you look at 80% of all of them is drug companies. So obviously they're going to push toward their agenda. Even the mission statement made by the drug companies is that to increase shareholder value. And how do you do that other than create a problem to solve? If you're looking to solve the problem, what are you doing? You're just cutting away your source of income. So what do? You start treating it and sort of call it incurable, so that you can have a continuous revenue stream day after day, month after month, year after year. And it's the same sort of platform that all these electronic companies are adopting now. Like, for example, Adobe Creative Suite and different other programs that you can adopt online. They're going for the subscription model. Same thing that the drug companies did. So I was looking into all of this pre-monastic life, and actually sort of drug myself into a little trench where I couldn't engage with the world anymore and feel very authentic about myself. Like, for example, if I were to go to school and just to justify means of making money for myself so I can support myself in the matrix world, I didn't feel like I was being me. I felt like I was just falling for the next elites who were putting on me, or putting on the world. So after that, I started looking into solutions. So one of the ways that the elite had control over the people was through the basic human needs. So there was a lot of monopolies on the food industry, on oil, also electricity. So the mission statement of the drug companies, if you actually look into it, they're all public corporations. It is to increase shareholder value. What does that mean? They want to create more money so they can pay out more and more dividends to all their shareholders. And so how do you do that? By curing the problems that exist in the world. If you have an illness, for them it's not in their best interest to actually cure you, because now they're cutting out their source of income. So two ways they can make money is start to create problems in the world, like different illnesses, say they're not curable, and then try to get people onto these subscription-based treatment plans. And you can see this new subscription-based plans in the IT world as well. Like, for example, Adobe Creative Suite. They don't now sell the full program right away, they give you a subscription-based program and they justify saying that there's going to be updates every month to keep up with today's modern technology. And so I was digging myself into this trench of conspiracy theories, and it doesn't just end with like big money and big pharma, it also went into like secret societies like Big Brother and aliens and stuff like that. And I went into looking into solutions. So most of my passions were into the solutions for the problems created by the elite. So like solutions for currency, and I was thinking about looking into Bitcoin, solutions for basic needs that we all have. So for example, food, shelter, and energy. So energy, I was looking into like free energy solutions out there that might be, and I actually looked into some certain, like one I had tried myself was this pyramid-based generator that used energy exuding from the planet's grid lines and capturing it through magnetic means and creating a little bit of energy out of that. I was looking into sustainable food growing. Like I looked into different ways of producing bigger plants, more quantity, making more fertile and juicier fruits, and how, not only that, but after you harvest them, how do you store them so they last as long? For example, I've heard either 1/3 or 2/3 of the food that we create in this world actually goes into the dump because that hasn't been used by anyone. And people are looking into why is this happening, why can't we bring the food that we're using here and not give it to like countries that are suffering from shortages. So one of the solutions that I found is that the geometry of the building that you store the food in has a big impact on the lifespan of the food. And I was looking to research by Patrick Flanagan, and he was researching the pyramids of Giza. The exact geometry of the Giza pyramids actually had a mummifying effect on all the living organisms that went inside it. And it preserved organic material. Not only does it preserve organic material, but it also preserves inorganic material. So if you put a banana into a pyramid that's shaped just like the pyramids, meaning with all the ratios and with all the measurements in the perfect ratios, which is actually the golden ratio 5. One organic banana that usually lasts about like 1 or 2 days when it's actually like affected by the electromagnetic frequencies all around us, all the radio waves, all the different frequencies that affect us, especially from the electric circuits in TV and Wi-Fi. It usually only lasts like 3 days, but once I put it inside the pyramid, it lasted 2 weeks. And there are different ways of making this even longer than that. It's just 2 weeks just because it's a closed system. What if we create a closed system? Maybe it will last indefinitely, and that may even turn into how to create a system that extends longevity, maybe to a point where we don't even die. So I was looking into that. I was looking into like taro gardens, which is a different means of producing fruits and vegetables, using a tower itself, vertical gardens, and putting plants and using an aeroponic system, which is aerating water that had the nutrients that the plants needed to grow, and just sprinkling it down where the roots would be able to pick up all those nutrients through the water and grow. And the turnover rate of the plants from a tower garden is actually like twice as much. You can do like 10 times as much plants per square foot, and the turnover rate is like twice as much. So you get on average 20 times as much produce, and they grow bigger, especially if you put them in a pyramid. So I was looking into researching on that. That was to find a solution for food issue in the world, especially since everyone needs to go organic, since organic food is what will sustain the human beings of the future. And I also was looking into Bitcoin. I actually didn't go that far into Bitcoin. When I was looking into the money problems, and then I started looking into spirituality, and that's when I totally immersed myself into Swamiji's teachings. And what I realized is that we create our own reality, and since we are creating all these problems in the world, it's actually up to us, looking within us, to find a solution, to cultivating that from within to making without. And now I see myself in Swamiji's ashram, and actually everything that I've researched, the basic conclusion that I found as a solution for all these problems is to create self-sustaining communities. And I thought the best that we can do that now with Swamiji's input is to make spiritual communities based off agamic style living. And that's actually what Swamiji is doing. And that's what made me be able to make that full jump into Swamiji's mission, because I knew from my own research that he has the solution for the world for us to be able to break free from the New World Order, especially from like political structures that are no longer serving the local public, becoming self-sustaining, using the food from the local area, which would be exactly what we need for our bodies to thrive, and basically becoming more of a community, because that social aspect is what lets us heal within all the pain patterns that we create from the different relationships that were incomplete in our lives. And now I can full-heartedly jump into Swamiji's mission because I know he already knows a solution for all of this. And it was in alignment with what I would have done if I was not in Swamiji's mission. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions and any comments, or if there's anything else you want me to talk about, please leave a message and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Nithyananda.